2021, I was making $1,200 at a stable design job. I was comfortable but stuck. Today I want to show you exactly how I quit that job and tripled my income using Webflow. And no, this isn't some overnight success story. It took me 2 to 3 years of learning, failing and improving. But that's exactly why I know it will work for you too. This was my portfolio back then. Pretty basic stuff, right? Static designs, no strategy, no conversion, nothing special. And this is what it looks like now. Difference isn't just in how it looks, it's how I completely changed my approach to web design and business. So here's the thing, most designers are stuck in the exact same trap that I was. They're incredibly talented, but they are charging way too little, taking any client they can find, competing with thousands of others on price, and last but not least, they're struggling to make ends meet. Just look at this. There are designers out there charging $200 for a website, $50 for a landing page, and this is exactly what I also was doing wrong. But here's what nobody tells you about web design. The actual design part is only 20%. What about the other 80%? This is what I'm going to show you today. Through a lot of trial and error, I discovered that there are actually 4 levels of building a successful Webflow business. So level 1 is the job mindset. This is basically where you trade time for money. This is where I started and this is where most designers start, and it's not a good place to be in. So how to get out of this level 1? You become a specialist, and this is where level 2, the specialist path, begins. And basically what I did here is I focus solely on Webflow websites, and you become really good at it and you build expertise. And this is the place where you can start to actually charge more. You don't need to make a website for $200. You can actually start to charge $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And now one of the problems of level 2 is it takes a lot of time to service every client. So level 3 is what I call the value architect. So this is where you focus more on your client's results instead of just making them a website. And you also start building recurring revenue. And so the last level, level 4, is that you become the trusted expert. This is where you already build like a presence with content or ads, for example. You can go for a more premium pricing, and the important thing here is that the clients actually come to you. Because you have already established your expertise and they actually come to you, you can sell them a lot better and you can command a lot higher prices. Before I show you how to move through these levels, let me show you something cool. This is a website for a client I built this year that increased their conversions by 40%. See how everything flows smoothly, there's like tiny interactions, everything performs really well. And how the call to actions appear just at the right time when a user is likely to click. And the layout is made in a way that maximizes conversions and makes sure the user actually clicks on the call to action. None of this is accident. It's all based on the systems I developed. But you know, here's the real breakthrough. It all wasn't about becoming a better designer. It was actually all about becoming a better business person. And here's how I did it. I developed what I call the value ladder system. And this is adapted from the book .com Secrets. Go check it out. Here's how it works. Level 1, the website audit. You start with a free but valuable website audit, which takes something like 30 minutes to complete. And here you show the client exactly what's wrong with their current website. So this builds trust immediately and it lets you progress to level 2 very, very quickly. So level 2 is a paid strategy session. This is typically something like a 90-minute deep dive session followed by an action plan. So you give your client a very concrete action steps that they can take with measurable ROI projections. And this is a paid session. You can price it at, I would say, below 500 because it's a one-time session and a low risk entry point for your client and a great step to transition to the next level. So the next level, level 3, is the actual website build. It's all with full custom design, of course. It's with conversion optimization. It's with launch strategy. And this is like a perfect step up from the strategy session you did before. And at this step, the range can be quite big, but the price is somewhere at starting at $2,000 up to $20,000 depending on the scope. So basically this is your core service offer and this is where you want to get your clients most of the time. And so the next step in this ladder is what I call the growth partnership. And this is like for your clients that are very happy with you and they want to continue working on an ongoing basis. And you can also call this retainer. And this includes like ongoing optimization. You help them with their ads, maybe social media, and you just try to help them on the way to success. And there's a lot of things you can do. You can optimize their page for speed, for SEO, for conversions, also implement analytics solutions. You can do A/B testing and all this type of advanced stuff that would need maybe a little bit of longer time for testing. And this is a great thing for upselling your clients. And I typically price this between $500 to $1,000 a month. And so let me walk you through a real project from this year. This client came to me through a free website audit, and basically they didn't have a real site, but after the launch was a real success because they found a lot of new leads. The average time on site was really high at like 3 minutes, and they could secure a lot of new income for the startup idea. So basically I see this as a real success, and it basically showed me that the system I created for building websites really worked. And so here's exactly what you need to do to replicate these results. Step 1, specialization. Get Webflow certified. This took me 3 months. Pick a specific type of client. I chose SaaS companies. Build 3 portfolio pieces in that niche and document everything you learn. Step 2, authority building. This is something I didn't do for a long time, but share your work processes on LinkedIn, X, and so on. Create case studies for every project. And then step 3 is the value ladder creation. Create your own template for your free website audit, then develop your service packages, build your follow-up system, and last but not least, focus on your clients' results. Now I know what you're thinking, because I thought these same thoughts. I'm not good enough yet. Neither was I. You improve by doing real work for real clients. I don't have enough experience. Start with free audits. Build experience while helping others. And this is the worst one. The market is too saturated. There are more businesses needing websites than ever before, and most designers are still doing it wrong anyway, and the opportunity is actually bigger now than it was ever before. Look, tripling my income didn't happen overnight, but here's the thing, these years were gonna pass anyway. The question is, where do you want to be when they do? If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe, because next week I'm going to share my exact client dashboard that I use to really streamline my process, and it's going to be great and you don't want to miss it. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway, and I'll see you in the next one.